again. Hello everyone. Right, we are live. So I'm going to see if I can see comments today. I didn't see them yesterday. So yeah, I'll see what I can do because I've got to have a long arm there. Oh, I can see they've, there we go. Can I see people? There we go. Hopefully it'll come up. There we go. What does that say? No, there we go. Anyway, hi everyone. Today, after the look at this. What have we got here? We've got Michaela's marvellous mincemeat festive pie filling, created in the kitchen of Duchess of Andon. So that was exciting, all labelled up. So we're going to use that today, look. And what we're going to make is a mincemeat crumble cake. Yeah, for Mr. Dainter, because he's brilliant. He does all this technical stuff and creative, gives me ideas. So for making a cake. Anyway, here we go. So let's crack on. Start cooking, as always. So again, introduce you to the Thermomix. I know most of you know this by now, and probably most of you is going to re-watch this back, our owners. So I've already programmed into the menu planner the cake that we're going to make today. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through, make the cake, which hopefully will take about 10 minutes, and then I'll put it in the oven, at which point I'll stop the live because, you know, once the cake's baking, there's nothing much more we can do to that. So what we'll do first is we'll start cooking, and as always, the Thermomix is giving me the first instruction, which is to preheat the oven to 170 degrees. So I've already done that, set the oven on 170 degrees, and sorry, just started to the back door, press next. It also says grease and line a square baking tin, approximately 20 by 20. So again, I've already done that, just to make it a bit more efficient. Now let's get on with it. 265 grams of plain flour. So I know that you, some of the guys who follow me now, you'll see that, as always, I keep saying about how fantastic to have the weighing scales in and in the machine. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pour in there 265. There we go. 265. See, I actually haven't weighed it out like I did yesterday. I thought I'd try and show you how it is not being quite so prepared. There's 258 and 265. There we go. That's 265 grams of plain flour. So then we're going to go and press next. It's asking for 125 grams of light brown flour. So I always use unrefined flour anyway, not flour, sugar. So this is what I will be using today. So that's 125 grams. Probably seems quite a lot, but I think it's going to make a crumble. So what you do want is it's making a biscuit base and a crumble. There you go, 125 grams. And next, right, now it's asking for 100 grams of ground almonds. Now, those of you who follow me regularly, you know that I make my own almond milk. Let me just get you, show you what that looks like. Here we go, look, I make a litre of almond milk, probably about 3 times a week, and I use that for my coffees and everything that I cook with for me. And the byproduct of some of that is this grounded almonds. And you can use this, you can save it as it is, and it'll save in the fridge, but it is moist, and also you kind of get some of the almond oil out of that, so it won't keep too long, probably 3 or 4 days. What you can also do is, if you spread this out on if you make your nut oil, spread this out on a lined baking tray, and then in an aired oven, not a hot oven, because you don't want to bake it, is dry the ground almonds down. And then what you can do is you can then put it, once they've dried out, put it back in your Thermomix and mill it, and it'll go into flour. And as long as it's in an airtight container and it's dry, you should be able to keep that for probably up to a month. Or you can just, after grinding your almonds, hi mum, how you doing? You can just make brownies. or make a cake straight away. So literally, anyway, so I'm using up my 100 grams here. I think there'll be about 200 grams in this bag because that's how much I used for a litre. There we go. I can see you now. Oh, I'm not going to bring you onto the camera. So far, Mum, what we've done is we've weighed out some plain flour, 265 grams of plain flour, 125 grams of sugar, and now 100 grams of ground almonds. So here we go. Now put the lid on and give us the next instructions. Right, for 15 seconds it's saying turn to number 3, and that's going to mix all those ingredients up then for you. As I was saying, so new produce line, and I've got, so this is what we've got weighed out already for our cake today. There we go, so going on to next. Right, and it's now asking for 250 grams of unsalted butter. So as this is baking, what I am going to use is, I use a bit of stork because it's vegetable oil, so no, can you see that? Look, it's mixed it all up, it's making a fine crumb there, which is quite nice. That's what the base of your biscuit and crumble. So you're making two things out of one here. So just press tear. Right, this said it wanted it to be cold, this butter, as you're making it. So it's how much? 225 grams of diced butter, unsalted butter. So I'm just going to put that straight in there. As you can see, looks nice and cold, so it doesn't make too much of a mess. Here we go, 260, 85. We've literally just finished lunch actually, that's why I'm not quite so prepared today, but it's okay really. It's such a simple recipe. I had a quick flick through to see that I had everything, and I did. I didn't have to do an emergency run over to my neighbours for any ingredients today. So here we go. Well, as soon as my mum's online, I can let everybody else know. I've never ever cooked with currants, raisins and sultanas because I don't eat them. Never have done. As my mum so well described yesterday, they used to look like rabbit droppings to me when I was a kid. And it's just one of those things that has stuck with me as a adult. Yes, I know, I have loads of wine and they're grapes. I love grapes, just don't like these wizened up little things. But I'm hoping that actually this will change my mind. So as I've cooked this myself, right, we're nearly there. 217, just keep going. 220, 223, 226. Marvellous. So a little bit of that. Right, that's that. Just put that on the side. We'll just give my hands a wipe. Right, press next. Right. It's saying insert the lid and the measuring cup and press next. Right, now, I don't know if you can see this, but it's gone on to a new function now called turbo, which is like in a regular blender, that's a pulse. But what it is, it just splits it, and it's going to blitz it for 2 seconds. So the instructions it's telling me is turn speed selector 3 to 4 times until a coarse crumb forms. So here's one, look. 1, 2, 3. Is it going to open it up for me? Oh no, not quite a coarse crumb. Just let me. There we go. Oh, I don't know. That seems about right. It's starting to form. I'll just show you that look. So look, that's just like pulsed it. So it's, but I am going to just go back one step and do it one more time. So if we press back, look, great thing about this, you are in control of these instructions. So you don't have to fear if you've missed anything or don't understand, just go back a step and out. So I'm going to just do it one more time. There we go. Press next. Right, so now it's telling me pour 2/3 of the mixture in the prepared tin. And here's my prepared tin. Let's just move move a couple of these things out of the way. Oh look, I have the masala out. I think I was obviously thinking of a different recipe there. Right, can we see my work surface? So now what we're going to do, that is actually better if it's more crumble right now. So it's telling me to put 2/3 of this into my base. There we go. I think that's, I'm going to take that as about 2/3. Yeah. And then it's saying, with the back of a spoon, flatten it using the back to form a short bread biscuit base. So I'm just going to first of all do it with my fingers, get it, which is probably not what you're supposed to do, because I guess what you're doing there is you're actually warming up the butter. So you don't want it too warm. So I'll just use a plastic spoon isn't working. Just let's get a metal spoon. That'll be a bit colder. Here we go. Look. So all I'm doing, I'll show you this in a minute. I'm just now flattening this down to make a biscuit base. And oh, it's very buttery. So I can tell you why mine's like this. Because I use those ground almonds that I make the milk, they're probably still a little bit too moist. So you can grind your own almonds. It does say use blanched almonds and then just grind it. But honestly, you don't need to blanch them with the Thermomix. Just put 100 grams in, whack it up to 10 on the speed selector for about 10 to 15 seconds, and you have just regular ground almonds. But be mindful, the almond has oil in it, so it's quite a moist base. There we go. It's not like your flour, which has been dried out. Nearly there, nearly there. Right. And I'm going to try and make it level, would help, otherwise you get a mouthful of more base than it actually looks really lovely, because of course it's got the flecks of the almonds in there, and there we go. I'll show you this in a minute. Oh, hello Dad, you're watching too, thank you very much, thanks for coming along. I'm literally just making the base of the crumble cake at the moment. So this seems really easy. You know, I'm not hot on baking, but I seem to be doing all right. There we go. There we go. Nice and flat. Just struggling a little bit there. So there we go. Look, I've made a biscuity base. So going back to the instructions, it says, yeah, I've done that. So press next. Right, spread 700 grams of mincemeat. Kayla's marvellous festive mincemeat. And over it. Now, it would have been really brave of me to put all 700 grams in, but as I'm going to try it, I've just reduced it a little bit to 500 grams, so it's not such a thick, fruity layer. And I'm going to give it a go. Honestly, Mum and Dad, I will take a photograph. Don't laugh at me. I am. I am going to be really brave, and I'm going to eat it. Goodness knows how I could pick all the bits out, so I'm just going to have to eat it, aren't I? Right, here we go. So there you go, look, I've just done that as it says. Yep, do that. So there's the next layer. Look, just simply over there, look, you see now. I have to say, it smells lovely. I don't know why, I just can't bring myself to eat it. There we go. And then it's saying, sprinkle the remaining crumble across the pie. So what you want it to be is you want it to be crumbly like. Now, mine's quite moist. And again, that is because I've used that almond. Make comments full screen. Dad says, what? He doesn't believe me, does he? He doesn't believe I'm going to try and eat some of this. So while I'm just doing this, while I'm sprinkling, so what you're aiming to achieve here is you want a crumbly base topping now. Here we go. It's mine's sticky just because I've used my ground almonds from my milk, so it's moist. Now, so let me tell you, about December's offer. So December's offer is the Thermomix TM6, and it comes with a beautiful stainless steel insulated thermoserver bowl with a silicone lid, which is just fantastic, and go from freezer to oven to table. It's great for keeping things warm in between your dishes. Also comes with Christmas apron, which I don't have yet, so I'll have to get myself one. But more importantly, what the Thermomix does, unlike any other appliance that you would buy in your house, is it comes with me. Not quite literally in your kitchen, don't worry. But I'm on hand to help make sure you get set up and you make the most out of your Thermomix. And you will never ever put your Thermomix away. It won't go in a cupboard. Your Thermomix will sit on your kitchen work surface next to your oven, and you will use it every day. I use mine daily. It's my steaming oven now. It makes my milk just about every other day, smoothies, mixes up our vitamin mix drinks that I do. I've got a new one I'm going to do, which is a well-being turmeric and lemon shot, so I'll be doing that next week, just to make sure you're getting your levels of vitamin C in there. Right, so I've pushed that all over. Let's just move that out of the way. And just let me wipe my fingers. There we go. There we go. It's like a crumbly top look. There we go. Now press next. And what it's saying is scatter 75 grams of half pecan nuts. So here's my pecan nut. Now we do like pecan nuts, so I haven't weighed them out, but I am just going to scatter these to make up for all those little rabbit droppings, no, I mean currants that are in there. Oh dear me, it's quite funny, isn't it? Quite funny how things happen when you're older. Here we go, so I'm just going to do a few more. There we go. I think that's probably about enough now. So when it cooks, oh, was it? Yes, that's true, Michaela. Dad always ringing. Oh yeah, that's true, Michaela. Dad's always ringing with emergency calls to the Duchess of Arundel saying, "Emergency, what do I do next?" And they know what they're doing most of the time. Here we go. Look. So there we go. So what's going to happen now, let me press next, is saying, right, bake for 45 to 50 minutes. So just let me show you this as it is before. And now, I've never done this before, but what I can imagine is going to happen is this mincemeat is going to start caramelising, and it's going to go really lovely and gooey, and it's going to come up in between that crumble. But oh, it's you can see I'm convincing myself it's going to be delicious. So let me put that in the oven, and I'll come back to you. There we go. That's in for 45 minutes. I am just going to, what time is it so I can see? 20 past. Right. So I'm not going to keep you online for 45 minutes because that would just be boring. But effectively, that's a cake now in the oven. I've been going about 12 minutes. So from start to finish, really the hands-on is 12 minutes to get a cake in the oven. Now, not that I want to criticise Heston's mince pies, but why would you bother? You can have one of these in your home before Christmas, making your own fillings. You can adapt this as you like. Actually, my dad was telling me he used some candied fruit in there, and he used a Christmas mix, which would make it even more festive. So again, you can experiment. The Thermomix is great for that. If you know how to cook, use your Thermomix as a guide, but helps as a base to help you experiment and really build on your repertoire of cooking that you have already. But if you're a beginner, just stick to the instructions. It gives you every single step that you can do to produce really great restaurant quality, or should I say at the moment, takeaway quality food, and it takes all the stress out of it. If I just go back to my home, what I can show you, if you can see on the screen here, look, is it's got recipes that you've saved from the Cookie Do app. It's got my week, which is your planning week, and it's also does your recently cooked. So if you wanted a quick go in there, what have I had recently, it will show you there. But my week, look, I can see already. So yeah, can't show me backwards, but yes, today I'm making the mincemeat crumble. I'm also going to make some mulled wine to go with that later. It's for our dog walk. You'll find us on a park bench. No, I'm really joking. And look, so Monday I've already, what's this? Oh, I'm going to carry on with the Christmas mood. So I've got some chocolate truffles I'm going to make. And Wednesday evening I'm going to do that spiked hot chocolate. As I said, it's hot chocolate in the Thermomix is like nothing that you've ever had, unless you've been to Lapland and Father Christmas in his house make it with real chocolate. And here we go, look, so that's, and there's my cooking demonstration already mapped out there, and the list goes on. So it doesn't just help you with cooking, it can really help you planning your meals. And if you're planning meals, you're reducing your waste, because you know what you're buying, and also it saves you money. So what was I going to say? That's true. We are now confident now to use our own recipes, and we tweak recipes all the time, and that's it. So if you've got one of your favourite recipes, the best way to use a Thermomix is have a look at something similar on the Cookie-Doo platform, and then use your one of your family favourite recipes that you would have cooked before you had your Thermomix, and you'll find that opens up even more things that you can do with your Thermomix. But anyway, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for those that are going to watch this later. Those that are watching it on YouTube, please like, share and subscribe. That really helps the Duchess of Randall's channel. And I will see you next Monday when we'll be making chocolate truffles. So keep safe and don't fret. For those who haven't got a Thermomix, drop me a note. We can get your order in. You can have this literally by next week. Take care, everybody. Thanks for joining, and thanks for watching back later. Bye.